mess around and hit nothing. Yeah, while we in Philly. Well, get your mind right in Philly. I used to be something else in Philly. Kings of Comedy came through here back in the day. Yeah. I got some memories in here. Hey, this is Steve Harvey. Right now you're watching Single on a Saturday night, but I'm married.
This is a great image of a respectable, classy, beautiful woman.
For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Let me get you.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Let's drive.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
This program is brought to you by Keya Gray's Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street. We have Sunday brunch on Sundays at 10 a.m. We have a delicious seafood and steak menu, and host your next event, wedding reception, or party at Keya Gray's Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street.
I've had several conversations, as I'm sure many of our viewers as well as those in the audience have, about marriage. And you always hear people say, well, are you ready? I'm ready. I'm looking for the one. And so we just wanted to explore and talk about that a little bit, what we think it means to be ready. And is it okay to say, I'm not ready yet? I'm not ready to give myself exclusively and wholly to just one person. And what does that look like? So we're just going to begin to talk. One of my beliefs is that if you can't hold up to your vows, when we make our vows, say I will keep myself exclusively or wholly to you, what does that look like? And are we going to continue with that? And so what has happened is there have been certain couples and certain relationships where people make their own vows. They write their own vows and they state their own things. One of the things traditionally in the vows is we say richer and poor, sickness and in health, good times and bad times, when in reality we want to be married when you're healthy, when you have money, things are good, when you look good, and when everything else, thank you, and when everything else is fine. But when we make that commitment, and marriage really is a covenant, and even before there was the institution of marriage, and when we really look at why in our country you had to get a marriage license in days past, it was so that somebody like me, who's Caucasian, could not marry somebody who was of a different race. Marriage license came about to keep the races from marrying. That's why they are the way they are in this country. But every society has always had a covenant of relationship. It was nothing more than in biblical days of the two people going out, sacrificing an animal, and committing their lives to each other. There's always been a commitment. There's always been a covenant, and a covenant is an agreement, is a contract. And so I guess my question is, because when we look at our country, for example, the divorce rate as of 2010 was about 53% for first marriages. For second marriages, it's about 68%, and for third marriages, it's about 80%. One of the main reasons is because people aren't ready when they get married. People are still selfish. I still want it to be about me. I still want the focus to be on me, and I'm not really willing to commit and totally give myself to another person. I love my wife. My wife loves me. When we get married, does everybody else stop being attractive? No. Does every man stop being attractive? No. But you make a choice. You make a decision to say, I will save everything that is me, the essence of me, the mental intimacy, the emotional intimacy, the physical intimacy for that one individual. That's the covenant of marriage.
But I think there's so many times when we get to that in today's society, we're not really thinking about all those other things that go with it. The me, you know, we had previous episodes where they told us about, you know, who is marriage material and who's not marriage material and why you aren't. And basically we were passing judgment on one another based on what we believe to be a societal norm. So then the question is, when did you get to the, you know, asking the audience, are you to the point when you feel like you really are ready for marriage? I mean, is there anybody in here who really feels like at this point today, as they sit here, single on a Saturday night, that they're ready to be married on Sunday morning? Okay,
Yes.
Miss Keya, okay, we got the first hand up, so I want to ask you.
Yes.
I prepared myself for that.
Okay.
And when I do that, it's going to be with that one man. That's it.
So, I mean, you're ready
That's
right
it.
now? Just
right now.
Okay.
Right now. Bring him here right now. I got the minister right over there. Let's go.
Special thanks to Q's Hair Boutique, located at 5815 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, PA. Q's Hair Boutique is a full-service salon providing the star treatment for any occasion. Please don't look any further for your next hair appointment. Call Q's Hair Boutique. That's 215-668-9800. In true celebrity fashion, Austin Photography snapped beautiful candids of all the single on a Saturday night group. Austin Fine Photography is located at 4221 Main Street. If you would like to feel like a star, please call Austin Fine Photography at 267-297-7895. This program is brought to you by the following sponsors. Do you want to advertise your product or your service or your event right here in between the hottest show in America? Give us a call at 215-843-1984. Give us a call. If everything's a go, we'll have your commercial advertised on the next show. This program is brought to you by Keya Gray's Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street. We have Sunday brunch on Sundays at 10 a.m. We have a delicious seafood and steak menu, and host your next event, wedding reception, or party at Keya Gray's Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street.
Every relationship is going to be a little bit different. You know, every relationship is going to be a little bit different, and there's no generality when it comes to men. You know, I'm sure you know we're not all the same. We're not all the same. So I think people, like I said, it gives insight, and insight creates conversation and speculation and communication and dialogue. And I think, like I'm telling everybody to go see this movie in groups. You know, go see it in groups, because afterwards, conversation is imminent. It's just gonna happen.
Game is on.
Only women I want to talk to tonight are dancing naked down at the Butt Factory. I need to be held. I need you to rub my back. Put me in my onesie. Whatever you need to do, baby.
Shout out to Kevin Hart, Philly local. You know, he really held us down in terms of the comedy. I mean, Kevin is beyond funny. Like, I feel like I got to see a stand-up routine every day for free.
Going to work.
Like, I feel like I got over on him. Like, I was like, I'm stealing all of it. It's like bootlegging your stuff right now.
Stomach hurting, right?
Because he made me laugh day in and day out. You know, he was actually going through a divorce at the time. Yeah. So he was actually, you know, he would go from, you know, talking about, you know, trying to make sure his kids were okay, but at the same time, you know, don't get married. You know,
Wait, are you going to take that back? No!
I'm not going to take it from a man who's going through a divorce. Of course he's going to say that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand what
Will you marry me? Oh, no, sorry. I couldn't get all together.
Think like a man.
Well, no, okay, we'll talk about that preparation. That's what's up. That really is. Tell me, you said you prepared yourself for that. Tell us how you got yourself ready.
Everything I've done to this point is to prepare myself for that man, okay? I've grown. I know it's more about a couple than about just me. I know that that man is going to be my king, and I'm going to be his queen, but he's going to be ahead. So when you sit there, people sit there and talk about, well, I'm married, and I'm going to do this, that. All I've done in the past, is for the present. Now, my father used to do a thing when you break a glass. Once you break a glass, that's history. It's over. So now is the time that I'm an adult. I done raised my children. I done did everything I had to do to this point. So when that man comes, that's the man for me. Just me. Just me. I'm not looking over there. I'm not looking. He can look at other women and say they pretty, but he better not bring them to my door, or better not be walking out there to go to them, because then that would be cheating. And you know, I'm not going to turn the other cheek.
I'm going to go and say I'm not ready. I thought I was ready, but I think through all this process, I've learned that I really wasn't ready. I'm still making wrong decisions and going after, actually falling to the wrong people. So I think God is still preparing me for my mate. I know he's coming because it's been spoken over my life that my mate is coming, but I am in preparation. I am still coming out of, I believe, a childhood stage into an adult stage, and I'm learning every day. And I'm learning from each and every person. Yeah, I'm learning from each and every person around me. God is bringing me around new people. Biblically, I'm trying to get my life right and just saying, God, what is it you want me to do? Who do you want me to have? And I know now, finally, I wanted what I wanted, but I only want what God wants for me. So I know I'm not ready. So when he comes, I'm going to let you know, but right now, I know I'm not ready. I don't want somebody right now sick. I don't want to take care of nobody. I don't want nobody dumb. I don't want nobody poor. I really want somebody that's ready for real. Like, seriously, I'm not ready for that. So I can honestly say I'm not ready.
Right here in the front row?
I think that I've been married before, divorced for, maybe like 12, 13 years right now. Got married for the wrong reasons, pregnant, want to do it right. And it taught me a whole lot. We built a lot together in a short time. It taught me that first you need to learn who you are. Once you learn who you are, get all your quirks, and none of us are perfect. You're always going to still have those things about you, those little issues about you. And once you learn who you are and learn how to love yourself, then you'll know how to love somebody else. And not even just love somebody else, but not take things that they do to you personal, but know that, okay, the things that they do to you might be a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And once you can start communicating and get that good communication going, then you can work out everything else, the issues that one another might have, and talk about it and see how, because we always can see something on somebody else than they can see on themselves. You know what I'm saying? You always can be that person on the outside that can see what's inside somebody else that they might not even know that's inside themselves. You know what I mean? But once you get to that point, I think that that's when a person is ready to be married. You have to know who you are first, learn how to love yourself first, then you'll know how to love somebody else. And love God first, because he's going to teach you.
That's preparing.
Right, right.
I am ready right now to be married and be a good wife. And I know my worth, and I know the role that a man is supposed to play in your life. After all my trials and tribulations, I look deep into myself, and I know you can't have hissy fits or be spoiled or just, I've grown a lot is what I'm saying. And when I came and just, gave myself wholeheartedly to the Lord, I was getting lessons and things, and I was like, wow, really? Oh, I thought I knew everything, and I didn't. But I've learned, and I am a giver by nature. I am the mayor of my family. I take care of everyone. I have files on everybody. I will take care of all of you. I know I can take care of my husband, but when I look down deep inside of myself, I know I will make a great wife, and I will know how to act like a great wife. And whoever the Lord sends to compliment me, it definitely is going to be a marriage made in heaven.
You still want that open relationship, though?
Well, I said I would love to read the book because I have to really wrap my mind around it and understand it, because this is bits and pieces. And yes, I'm intrigued, and I am a reader, and I want to know all about it because I don't know. And this really was just, presented to me in a way that made me say, wow, I really need to see what that is about, because it sounds good, but is it good for me? I don't know until I learn everything about it. I won't know.
I think that you need to do that before you get married. Read that.
Of course, definitely.
Because I was a little confused a little bit.
Yeah, we have to educate ourselves on things.
Yeah. I want to say I want to say that marriage, I think that I've never been married, but like I said before, I was with somebody for a very long time, and it's about compromise, really, you know. And I think that when you're looking for that mate that you think that you're going to be with for over 20 years, you have to ask yourself, and it's like some of the things about that list. You know, you go down that list and you say, okay, well, you know, like, I mean, I don't want to sound like a male chauvinist or anything like that, but for a lot of women, I think that, hey, if you find a man that's not cheating on you, well, that's something that you have to see. A lot of women like to assume where you've been at, so forth and so on, but they never seen you with another woman. They just want to say, oh, well, you know, why are you coming in at 1 o'clock in the morning? And I think that if you find a brother who you can't find nothing like that on, who is working, you know, who's not doing drugs, then I think that that's a good prospect. But like I said before, marriage is really just compromise. That's all it is, I think.
I think about a year, maybe 2 years ago, I would have thought that I was ready to get married. But fortunately, God placed like married people in my life who are close friends. And it's a really hard thing to be married. You know, I have a close friend who I've been friends with since we were like 8. And she's married now, and he done cheated on her twice. They're still trying to work it out. But it's so much work. It's like people, you know, single, you can walk away when you're dating somebody. You can say, oh, you know, this happened or whatever, it's over. But once you're in a marriage situation, you're committed to that person. It's not as easy. You know, we all would like to say, well, if he cheat on me or if he do this or do that, I'm out of there. But it's not easy. You have to really know what you're getting into, because it's not something that you can just
I watched
throw
my
away.
mom and my dad 55 years, literally to death did them part, when I lost my father.
Oh,
That was the most funnest. To watch them, I wanted to be them. I wanted to be like them. I'm serious. Think about the Huxtables. Well, they were worse than them. Hilarious. But they kept each other, they teamed together. They were a team. You know, sometimes people think it's hard because you get the wrong couples that you're watching, and you don't see the actual good families because you're watching the mix, the ones who wasn't ready, what they would say, wasn't ready in the first place. So that chases us away from wanting that. And what's for them may not be for you.
Right, and I want to be married.
It's two different people.
I definitely want to be married. A lot of people will say to me, are you sure you want this? Because, you know, it's hard work. You have to work together. You have to, you know, be in sync with the other person. You have to make sure you're marrying that right one. You can't just say I'm lonely and I'm tired of being single and all these things and I want to get married, but you have to really know that you are ready to be a wife or you're ready to be a husband.
Right, and I agree with that. And marriage is beautiful, marriage is wonderful, but marriage is work. It's hard work, and I think that's what everybody has to understand, because it's two people compromising, denying themselves, giving, and I know this is not a Christian program, but, you know, again, going back to what I said before, I mean, the Bible says it's better to not vow a vow than to have made a vow and break it. And so I think we really have to, as several people have said, look in ourselves and decide, when are we ready? When are we willing to give everything that we have to decrease? Because somebody said earlier, and a lot of people say this all the time, well, marriage is 50-50. I don't agree with that. Marriage is 100 and 100.
Exactly.
Each person has to give 100% of themselves to then work together, giving 100% totally into the relationship to make the relationship better. And to what somebody said before about who's above and beneath, again, biblically, if you believe the biblical story, the woman was taken from Adam's rib, which is on his side. So my wife and I walk side by side. We walk together. The Bible says the two become one. So we are one flesh. And so what this is my last comment. I know we got to roll, but when I counsel them is that you have to when you get married, you have to stop thinking I, me, mine, and start thinking us, we, our. That when you get married, what you have, it becomes community. Not just community property because the state might say it's community property, but everything that you have becomes with that other person. That's where that relationship, that's where that honesty, that's where that openness comes from. And again, through the dating process, as long as we don't rush it, you'll find out, are they honest? Because you can only front, or my generation, we said perpetrate a fraud, you can only fake it for a certain amount of time. But after a while, that real person is going to come through, and you're going to see what they're really about.
First, I want to just say real quick, I want to thank Shelly for making me a part of this family, single on Saturday night. And I did have a comment about marriage and everything, but I just want to give my extension to Nikki. I'm an artist, visual artist. I'm Tyrone Frisbee, the visual artist that plays music and try to get everybody feeling good in the morning. So I'll try to do it some more when I get to the library or whatever. But I just want to give Shelly thanks for making me a part of this Single on Saturday Night family and coming into my home again, first with Urban Expressions, because we didn't have videos back in the day. Shelly brought that. Now she has another brilliant idea, which is success. And I just want to thank her.
Thank you so much, Tyrone.
Special thanks to Q's Hair Boutique, located at 5815 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, PA. Q's Hair Boutique is a full-service salon providing the star treatment for any occasion. Please don't look any further for your next hair appointment. Call Q's Hair Boutique. That's 215-668-9800. In true celebrity fashion, Austin Photography snapped beautiful candids of all the Single on a Saturday Night group. Austin Fine Photography is located at 4221 Main Street. If you would like to feel like a star, please call Austin Fine Photography at 267-297-7895. This program is brought to you by the following sponsors. Do you want to advertise your product or your service or your event right here in between the hottest show in America? Give us a call at 215-843-1984. Give us a call. If everything's a go, we'll have your commercial advertised on the next show. This program is brought to you by Keya Gray's Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street. We have Sunday brunch on Sundays at 10 a.m. We have a delicious seafood and steak menu, and host your next event, wedding reception, or party at Keya Gray's Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street.
Well, are women really going to wait? Is the question. Well, see, that's the deal. Religious-wise or any other wise. What y'all do behind closed doors is quite different from what you say in church. Ain't that the truth?
Hello.
So now, let's just deal with, are women really going to wait? Are women going to really hold out and hold off? Because you have the power. See, I can't kiss you unless you let me. I can't hold your hand unless you let me. I can't lay you down in bed unless you pull the cover back. So see, so now really who that's on. And see, and women got to understand that and quit talking about and quit acting like a man talked you into something. Because unless you give a man permission to hold your hand, kiss you, or lay you down, we can't do none of it. So, you know, I mean, let's just get that part of it right, and then we can go on. And I want women to understand that power. I want my daughters to get that. I want my daughters to quit thinking that some boy comes along and because he got a car that he has power. He has no power over you. You control the whole situation. You know, I'm married to my wife because she let me marry her. I can't drag her down there. I ain't no caveman. She was fine. I wanted to, but she needed a ring and wed, and life insurance policies and all that. She did it. She got it though.
So do you think she goes by the book on anything? Reading like, well, I know what he's going up to now because she read the book.
Well, I mean, the thing about my wife, what made her kind of special was she had something she wasn't going to accept. And she told me, I'm not going to be on a string of women. So I know you just recently got divorced. So you got to get rid of all of them to have me. And the choice was simple. I could have them, that wasn't about nothing to me, or I could have her. And then I listened to God, and then God told me to pick this one because I picked the rest of them. I did that. I did. They wasn't bad. They're great people. They gave me children. They're great people. I was jacked up.
I understand.
So he got me together, and then I got the right one. That's what happened.
All right, so tell us about the talk show, because you're blowing up all over. Radio, movies. Come on, talk about talk show.
That's God again.
God
Yeah, that's that favor.
Yeah.
See, that's really because look, if usually when stuff happens to me and I can't explain it, that's usually him. Because he does the unexplainable all the time, all day. So I'm just a recipient, man, of some amazing blessings. And that's really, you know, when I'm not joking and I take all the laughs out of it, that's the real deal. Amen. That God is really the real deal. That he's in the make your dream come true business. And I got a book that was huge, beyond anything I thought it would be, and now it's a movie. And when y'all see it, y'all gonna go, wow, that boy is balling. But then I gotta give God the credit, because if it wasn't for him, this don't even happen. You know, God is the real deal. Amen. Tell anybody that. And you can be flawed and he can be the real deal for you. Because I got a lot of flaws. Yeah.
My mic sounds nice. Check one. My mic sounds nice. So I want to tell you why my mic sounds nice. Tell us about your company and what you do. Oh, of course, introduce yourself.
My name is DJ Romy Rome. I'm a DJ on WPB 88.1. I do the Tuesday Night Mix Show every Tuesday night on WPB 88.1 on the Tuesday Night Mix Show with me and my partner, Great Nice, and I host Tommy Too Smooth.
Right? And also, he's helping us out with Single on a Saturday Night. We have to thank you personally in front of everybody. Thank you so much. He has our mic sounding so nice. Thank you so much. And check him out on the radio every Tuesday night from 9 to 12, right? 9 p.m. to 12 on WPEB. That's 88.1, 88.1 FM. Check him out because their mic will sound nice, all right? This is Single on a Saturday Night. Thank you so much. And let's go back to some more Single on a Saturday Night.
So what I'm hearing is that we're all in our season to prepare ourselves for this next step, whatever it's going to be. If it's, you know, some of us are going to continue to be single, and some of us are going to be happily single and want to be single. But it's a choice. It's a choice that men make. It's a choice that women make. And it's not something that we should be judged for by one another or by society, because we are who we are, and we have to embrace every single stage of our lives. We only get one.
I just wanted to touch on that. I think I don't know everybody's faith, but the most important thing was me getting to know God first, because only God can point out your imperfections. And other people around you, they can tell you things about you, but sometimes your friends might not be as harsh. But when I got to know God first, and he started pointing out all the imperfections, I was like, oh, no, not me. Oh, I'm like, oh, wow. That's when I started to grow. That's when I started to know who I was, what I like, what I don't like, what I'm just accepting, you know what I mean? And from there, you can't go wrong. And when you find your mate, you know, you just can't go wrong from there.
Well, so we are happily single on Saturday night. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and everybody for coming out.
Oh, he's married on a single. I didn't say I was happily single. I'm happily.
Well, you said it.
Some of us are. Some of us are.
I am trying.
I am trying. Yeah, we happy. Thank you.
Some of us are happy.
Some days I'm not happy.
Well, you know
some days.
Well, no. Well, we just
some days.
Well, we just that some days you married and you're not happy.
You could be married and dating and have days where you're not happy.
And on that note, thank you everybody for tuning in.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Single on a Saturday Night right here at Keya Gray's Steak and Seafood Restaurant, 10 North 9th Street in Darby, PA. And we have someone who came out to support our event. He's also one of the panelists. This is Mr. Joe Carter. Mr. Joe Carter, tell us what you have here today.
What I have here today is my book, The Cross Killings. It's a suspense thriller. Okay, turn pages to the very end. And this book here will definitely keep you turning pages to the very end. For more information, you can hit me up on Facebook under author Joe Carter. So make sure y'all cop that. You can also get it on Amazon.com. Okay, it's $15. Y'all check me out because you're going to like it.
You're definitely going to like it. I had an opportunity to read some of them. I'm still in the middle of it, and I just can't put it down. This is Single on a Saturday Night. Thank you for watching Single on a Saturday Night. We'll check it out later, all right?
Hey, this is Steve Harvey. Right now, you're watching Single on a Saturday Night, but I'm married.